Yep. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tailgate Talk. Cold open. Nick cracking up already. We had some technical difficulties trying to figure out how to do today's show. We got a little fun one for you. I'm David. That's Nick. Nick's out of the people.
Howdy.
All right. So today we're going to go ahead and pick some top uniforms in college football. Opener interpretation on what we mean by uniforms. Um, whether it's part of a uniform, the whole team. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out as we go along. Um, so yeah, let us know what you guys think afterwards. Tell us who won, who lost. Please maybe me this time. Uh, Without further ado, Nick, go ahead and take us off.
All right. Well, as a Clemson fan, there's nothing better than this tradition. Um, so I gotta go when it's championship phase, when the biggest games are on, the biggest uniforms come out, and that is going to be the orange breeches from the Clemson University Tigers. As you can see, this white on orange look has netted the Tigers 2 championships. It's great. It's clean. The orange on orange combo is also amazing. And I was trying to find a picture of it, but I couldn't find it. I mean, here's the orange on top of the purple is okay, but if I could just find the inverse, let me see. Clemson orange pants, purple jerseys. Those are the best color combo. Like that right there, that is just money. So orange breeches and all the variations of the orange breeches for the Tigers is my 1-1.
All right, fair
Is
enough.
that
Good
did I
pick.
mess you up?
Yeah, that was my pick too. Was orange britches. That was my number one. That's all right
Mm.
because you know what? We're going with another good one here. Let's go with the Oregon Ducks. All of it. I'm taking
Mm.
every single combination that they've got going on. Oregon. Oregon's going to be my number one pick here.
That was
These guys just coming out with fire week in, week out. Nike located at Eugene. These guys have some sick uniforms. Too many to count. So I'm going with Oregon.
that was indeed the reason why I asked you pre-show if what the rules were. That was gonna be my whole team pick. All right, we're gonna rebound here with a classic throwback look here. They debuted this recently, and it's got to be the UNC logo when it looks like this. It's a very clean look. I like, in particular, I don't know if that's in the way there, but I like the whole the side right there. It says Tar Heel right there. I think it's a very clean look, and I did apply to UNC twice. They denied me twice, but that color scheme is beautiful. So I got to take them at my 2.
Nick taking both of my early picks here. All right, it's all right. I'm gonna rebound here. I've got another solid one. We're going with the Chrome Dome, not Chrome Dome, Gold Dome. We're going with Notre Dame. That gold helmet, the blue, navy blue jersey with those mustard yellow pants. This is iconic college football right here. Notre
Mm.
Dame, baby.
That was my next one. So that's a little disheartening. I got to pull up a new picture because I that
You
one
don't
that
prep?
was my next one.
I'm prepped. I've got them all laid out. I've got backups after backups ready to go.
All right, well then, for my next and third pick, it's a little out of the ordinary. I guarantee you didn't think about this one. We're going with the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii. I think that's. I mean, it's sick. The UH, the it's just perfect. I'm a personal fan of Hawaii's uniforms. Even when you look like at the old school, that the I don't know what it's called exactly, but those triangles, I love that. I think Hawaii has vastly underrated uniform concepts, so I'm going to take the bows.
That wasn't even on my radar, to be honest. Didn't
Well,
even think of them. That's all right because you know what? Country road,
okay.
take me home. West Virginia Country Roads uniform concept came out this year. They've worn them a couple of times. They're clean, so clean. You've got the state on the side with the West Virginia logo. You've got the actual roads in all of the accents. It's so clean. It's so sick. Even though they don't have half the things in that song in their state, it's still just a fantastic uniform concept. So I'm going with West Virginia Country Roads uniform.
All right. Well, this one is kind of similar to that and how it's like it's a specialty. Um it's a specialty, I don't know what the word is, but look. We talked about it earlier this year. Um it also has a great message behind it, a great tribute. So I'm gonna go with the Boston College red bandana uniforms. I think that these are just they're clean. It's a good cause. Um, and I'm personally just a fan of the story behind it. So I got to go with the red bandana uniforms.
Good one, Nick. That's a good one. You go at another one, similar kind of accents on the shoulder pads. Their helmet is absolutely insane. This isn't a one of those ones that they bring out every so often. They're wearing this week in and week out. San Diego State with the
Ooh,
Aztec. Look at that. Look at that on the shoulder right there. Wow. These guys are looking good. So I'm going San Diego State with my fourth pick.
that's a good pick. That's a good pick. And wrapping up my group. So far I got the orange breeches. I got the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. I got the UNC throwbacks, which are clean. I got the red bandana. I talked earlier about the UNC color scheme, and this school has a similar color scheme, just a little different. And I think they got a great set of throwbacks and you know what, they're playing well this year. So let's give some love to the Tulane football program. These uniforms are mighty clean. Look at that wave logo right there. I love it. I love this all. I guess you could call that light blue. I love that look. I'm a big fan of Tulane's colors. I like this little throwback helmet they got going on. I think it's a cool logo. And yeah, it's just I like Tulane's colors. I think that they're a pretty cool color scheme they got there, and I like the mascot of the wave. So Tulane's my last pick.
All right. My last pick before we do some honorable mentions came out in I think 2019. I've got these SMU Dallas uniforms.
Oh, those are clean.
Look at that. Ooh, ooh. I don't want to say anything because they're just so clean. But
All right,
yeah,
that was
I'm going SMU. Going rolling with the Mustangs here. That the Dallas D that the Mustangs running through. The script on the jersey, just all white, good blue piping, just an all around solid uniform. All right,
I
Nick,
think
you
we
want
had
to what?
I'm sorry. I think we had some good representation of the entire country. Oddly enough, we finished with two American Conference picks. So I think that was a good little we spread it out a little bit. Honorable mentions. My first one will be the BYU all navy blue. Um any Army Navy game, they change them every
Dude,
year. Any
don't take all of them.
I'm just saying like three. So
I
any
got pictures. I got pictures pulled up. I'm ready to go. Army,
all
Navy.
right.
Look at these. Look at these.
I
Year in and year
it's
out, we don't know what they're gonna wear, but Army, Navy pulls it every year.
I was close with Army Navy. I almost took them. You know what? You picking Oregon threw me off. I didn't expect that. That's why I kind of jumped the
Right.
gun and I picked UNC second because I didn't know if you would have thought about that. So
They were gonna be my next pick.
once you took Oregon, I was like, oh gosh.
Hmm.
So
I got a
and
couple
then
other ones to show. I've got we go over here, we've got LSU, one of the
hmm,
few teams to do the white jersey at home. I love the helmet with the tiger head on the side. It's just iconic. I've got uh I've got Michigan classic uniform with the Wolverine helmet again at home. The blue and maize. It's not yellow, it's maize, guys. Uh old Old Town Florida State before they went to their latest ones. I love the little piping here on the side, and on the around the neck. I think they look so much better when they did this than what they're doing now. Don't know how you feel about that, Nick.
I'm in the same boat with you there.
USC classic, and I'll tell you what, this game when you've got UCLA and USC both wearing their home uniforms, that's perfection on the field.
100%.
Ohio State with some classic. Again, you just got some teams that when you see these uniforms, you know who you're playing. Ohio State when they're wearing the red with the Buckeye helmet.
Are you a fan of them playing or playing in, I should say, the all black Ohio State
No,
uniforms? No?
no, I like the classic for them. There are some teams that you don't change your uniform for. Alabama doesn't change their uniform. Georgia doesn't
Auburn.
really change their uniform. A couple times that they have, I feel like they've missed the mark with like the black helmet or whatever they were doing. The all blacks are kind of cool with the dog pound, but for the most part, you keep Georgia in their red and their white.
Yeah.
Clemson, it's the orange and the white. The only time that they do anything different is military appreciation, where they do wear the purple jerseys. But there's tradition that's built up into some of these uniforms that I think you don't mess with.
Yeah,
I'm
I agree.
glad that Ole Miss is starting to get back to their powder blues.
Oh, I forgot about the powder blues.
Look at those. Look at these. They're so clean.
They're so clean. Uh,
I've got the Florida throwback that they wore in 2019 with the F in the circle. I thought that just looked. This is just a good classic look. I like it a little
so
bit more than the gator on the side of the helmet, the orange gator. I like the white helmet for them.
one critique I
And
have of that uniform is that they should have white cleats, not black cleats with that.
that's the classic look, though. That's what
I
they're
know,
throwing
but
back to.
I that's just my opinion.
And like I was saying, you've got some uniforms you just don't mess with. You've got UCLA's, Georgia's, Alabama's, Oklahoma, Texas, Penn State without the names on the back, uh, Tennessee, all these historic teams with a lot of history. You just don't mess with their uniforms, I think.
I agree.
What about you, Nick? You got any more honorable mentions since I stole the show from you a little bit?
I do. So right here, another school wide that I consider picking was the TCU logos. This purple with the triangles to kind of emulate a horned frog. I like that. I also think the white with the purple and gray, that's clean. Um, so I'm not a big fan of these uniforms that they have, the alternate, but I do think the purple and the white specifically are clean. And then we got these uniforms that Utah wore in the Rose Bowl, where they put the rose in with the U. I like when teams do something like that. It's cool. It makes the game feel a little more fun and important. It's a shame they lost that game, but I think that uniform is pretty cool. And then I do think that these Iowa uniforms, when you think Iowa, you don't think flashy very much. You don't think that they got something up their sleeve. But these uniforms, I think that they're cool. I like the carbon kind of look to the helmet and the numbers. I like how they match it to that. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying that there are some schools like probably most of the SEC where you kind of don't mess with their uniforms. Um, I I do want to bring up some dishonorable mentions. Um, the let me see if I can find a picture of it really quick. But the Florida Gator look, I hated that one.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I don't know what they were doing. Let's see if I can find it. This one. Share my screen again. I'm not a fan of these. It's not the look. And then I think you're gonna know as soon as I type this in.
Oh those. Yeah, those were pretty atrocious.
Whoever designed this should be fired. They should be
I got
fine.
an I got another one that I think we can both agree uh this whole town should be fired and removed. Look at ugh, nasty.
They do.
South Carolina. I
I
mean, they've
do.
got this at one point they've got this where these are stick-ons. I'm like, what are you doing here? The script and here's the other thing. No. You are not Carolina.
Chick-fil-A.
You are not Carolina. The only Carolina is at Chapel Hill. USC's out in Pasadena, and the University of South Carolina is and always will be Clemson. Just throwing that out there right now.
USC is in California, because they're in Los Angeles. Pasadena is UCLA, but I knew what you meant.
Tried.
Good try.
I thought I
All
said
right, guy.
California. I don't know.
You were close enough.
You knew where I was going with it. So that's
All
what
right,
we
guys.
got, guys.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Who won? Any uniforms that you like or don't like, and we'll see you next time.
All right, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.